Alright, I think it might go right this time. And get a little error this time.
Stream, stop being racist.
Oh. Yep, you are live now.
Why, hello there. Ooh, voice crack. Why?
You're fine, you're fine. Alright. Go ahead and share it around in the server as well, so that way they can check it out.
Okay.
Alright, I do see one person. Hello, Sega Sonic. And
Why, hello there.
let's switch over to the live scene. Anyways, since we got a few people in, I will start it up. Anyways, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Ask the Chaos Protectors Season 4, Episode 5, featuring the owner of Roseland Studios, as well as my director here, who... Yeah, Roseland Studios themselves. I won't be saying your actual name.
Nah, I got it. Hello, darlings. My name is Ozzy. I am the owner of Roseland Studios. It's pleased to meet you.
Yep. As always, you know the drill. No questions asked to me. I always only ask the questions to the guest here. Starting with my first one, something I've been curious about ever since before joining and after joining the team. What inspired the story One Heart, One Soul?
One Heart, One Soul was actually inspired by multiple different fandoms. One of the first fandoms it was inspired by was Until Dawn, the game Until Dawn. It was One Heart, One Soul is also inspired by Attack on Titan and other well-known franchises like Has-Been, Hotel, a little bit of Has-Been. Any type of... I can't remember them all, but there was like a bunch of franchises that I inspired them by. But the main one was Until Dawn with all the Wendigos.
Did you have any other names before sticking with the one you have now?
Oh, I actually came up with One Heart, One Soul. Oh wait, that's another inspiration. One Heart, One Soul is also a Undertale reference name. The heart of a human and the soul of skeletons. Usually in the game Undertale, it's actual like souls of the monster, but instead I put souls for skeletons because, you know, skeletons don't have hearts, so I made them have souls. So One Heart, One Soul.
Nice. Also, thank you, Pika Pippa, for being a member for 11 months. Alright. I remember you talked about you've been working on this since 2020.
2020?
Yeah.
Yep, I've been working on it since September 19th, 2020.
It'll almost be a year.
Hmm?
I was saying it'll almost be a year once it hits September. Oh, sorry,
It's gonna
5
be
years.
6 years.
Oh, what did it be?
Wait, yeah, 5 years.
Yeah.
5 years. I can't count. I
Yeah,
can
it'll
count.
be 5 years. Since you started back in 2020, it'll be 5 years once it hits September 19th of this year.
Yes. Yes, it will be. And it's crazy, because when One Heart, One Soul first started, it didn't have a good start at all. But now, here we are at 2025?
Yep.
2025, it's like One Heart, One Soul is getting attention that it rightfully deserves.
I'm looking forward to being able to be a part of it.
I am happy to have you here as well.
As some of you may not know, I will be playing one of the characters, Adio Hassan.
Yep.
I hope you guys will look forward to that. You can also check out a little glimpse of my voice on Twitter if you have it, on my Twitter page.
There will be multiple other voices on the YouTube channel. Hopefully I can get that started as soon as possible.
Hey, take your time on it.
Mm-hmm.
You're still trying to get all the casting done as well.
Yeah, it's a lot of characters, and the reason why there is so many characters is because I want One Heart One Soul to not only have like a few characters, just have a whole variety of who to like. And it may seem a bit like overwhelming and confusing, but it's gonna be not that at all, because each episode is either gonna be about a small group or about a character's life.
Alright.
So every character is going to have a spotlight of their own.
And somebody brought up a good, interesting question for you. They asked, which character did you enjoy writing the most?
The character that's a hard one. I personally enjoy writing about all the characters, but the main characters that I like to write about is G. G is not my character. However, the character's owner allowed me to add stuff with the character, which is G. Oh, that's already owned, and the rest of the characters are mine. Nev, Ethan, Alexander, Alexandria, and Allie, because they're all like G and Nev are siblings. Alexandria are siblings, and Allie and Ethan are siblings, and they're all childhood friends. And I have a really fun time writing about them. There's going to be some cute little backstories y'all are going to find out about them.
Alright. We're waiting on more questions here. How hard was it for you to be able to design all of the characters? I know you have help, but like for like concept designs and final designs, how hard was it for you to design them?
Well, the part that I got help in is mainly their clothing choices. But designing the characters' physical features themselves, I'm not gonna lie to you, it wasn't really too challenging. There are over, if my math is correct, there's probably like 70 to 80 characters.
Jesus.
And it wasn't that, like, because it started when I was only 14. And
a lot of talent there.
Yeah, I have a really, really creative mind.
Even I have difficulty drawing humans. I haven't drawn a human in, I think, since before I started doing stuff on my YouTube channel.
I get inspired way too easily, that's another thing.
Right. I've gotten too used to drawing, Sonic characters. Mainly hedgehogs. I've been trying to branch out to do more again, especially human-wise.
Humanoids weren't easy to do when I first started drawing. When I first started drawing, I had no intention of making a show. I just thought, oh, a new hobby? Cool. It's not just a hobby anymore.
Yep,
I'm trying to make it my career.
Hey, me and the rest of the VAs are gonna do our best to bring it to life.
Thank you.
No problem. Alright, here's an interesting question from my friend Denise. They ask, how did your characters become friends?
Well, a quick little thing was G and Nev were actually born as lab rats. Well, not lab rats, but their father was a scientist that pulled experiments on them. Their mother actually snuck them out of the lab, and the mother's friends, who had the other children, let their children become friends with each other. If that makes sense.
It does.
They're friends because their mothers are friends.
Alright, since you brought up that you had created about 70 different characters, how hard was it to come up with the ideas of their characteristics, the names, their personalities, all of that?
It was very difficult because sometimes I would duplicate, like, copy off of a different character just to save time, but I learned over time that each character needs to have their own unique. So it was kind of hard to think about what the character's into, what they do, and how they why they're in the series, because I get those questions like, you have so many characters, you need to figure out why they're even in the series. All characters have their. It was hard.
I can imagine, with having that many characters, it'd be difficult trying to think of their own personality, name, and all of that. And be able to remember all of that, too.
Difficult. Yeah. But I have a pretty strong memory, so it doesn't faze me at all.
That's good. Alright, got in a few more questions here. Ooh, Zeta asked, which character was your favorite, what character did you like drawing, designing the most?
The character that I like designing the most is mainly my female characters. Mainly the female characters because I get to style them up in ways that I wish to style myself up. Along with the males, it's kind of hard to decide who I like. I think if I have to choose, the character that I like drawing the most is the character, the 6 characters I mentioned, because they were the first characters of One Heart One Soul. They've been there since the beginning.
The OGs. Alright.
Yep.
Honestly, when it came to the character that you see here, like the outfit, I just let my mind flow and it just draws something that that comes to mind, boom. I look at it and I just loved it. I mainly do a lot of the designing for my character's outfit myself. Don't really let anyone else really design it because I just let the mind go with the flow and boom.
I try to do that, but art block gets in the way. Surprisingly, I do have art block.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind helping out with designing some clothes for some of the male characters. Probably think of a few.
That would be lovely.
Yeah. And anyways, from Telesco, what kind of drawing, what kind of drawing do you like to draw, if you draw any Sonic characters?
Ooh, I was in the Sonic fandom before, and I think a while ago, I need to find it in my sketchbook. I drew a picture of Shadow and Amy.
Ooh, Sun Amy. Not Sun Amy, Shed Amy, spicy.
I am the Sonic fandom. I'm just not too sucked into it, but I do love Sonic.
Completely understandable. Alright. Have you seen, speaking of Sonic Racing Crossroads, have you seen some of the recent stuff for it?
No, my friend's been telling me about it though.
You need to see it. You'll be surprised with some of the characters that will be making guest appearances in there. I will not say, I would want you to see it for yourself.
Hatsune Miku is one of them, I heard, I think.
Yep. Even Ichiban is back for Sonic Racing Crossroads. And 2 new additions. Well, actually, 4 new additions, considering the other 3 are from the same franchise. And we got Joker from Persona 5 coming into the game. And we got Alex, Steve, and the Minecraft Creeper joining in the game as well. And I'm not joking, by the way, the Minecraft, you can actually play as the Minecraft Creeper for the first time. And as for some of the stuff that was talked about, but now confirmed by Sega themselves, we got the Prime characters, 9, Rusty Rhodes, and Dread from Sonic Prime. And something I was not expecting to see and to be actually a playable character, the Werehog Sonic being his own separate character that you get to actually race as. And that's only if you get the pre-order bonus. If you pre-order the digital copy. Yep. And who knows who else may be in the game. We'll just have to wait and see, considering that they confirmed there is about a total of 52 racers in the game.
Wow.
And we still have no idea who else is going to be in there, whether or not it's guest appearances. A lot of people are speculating that SpongeBob and Avatar might be showing up in there, which would be kind of surprising because I have been seeing actual things, so a lot of people say gotta wait until they actually confirm it. But considering that the game has not been released yet, and like with the beta and test, you can't really mod that thing because it's not a full thing. So possibility it might actually be real that we might have SpongeBob in there.
Okay.
Alright. Alright. Since we already answered both of those questions, Dark, yeah, I will just call you Dark. I don't think I can pronounce your full name like that. But anyways, they asked both, who's the most underrated Sonic character?
Underrated.
Honestly, there's a lot of underrated characters that deserve more love, especially
Hold on.
Silver.
Okay.
Silver deserves more love, honestly. Ozzy. We're trying to be messing up right now. Ozzy. Ow. Give her a minute.
Hold on real quick, y'all. I will be back. I'm not like leaving. I'll be back.
Okay. Give her a minute. She's taking care of something. Yeah, I feel like Silver is one of the many characters that are really underrated that deserves more love in regards to more screen time in games or comics. Especially with Silver, like the only time we've ever actually seen him was in like spin-off games or like games in the racing games. You don't really see him having his own mainline game. Blades, it would be nice to have Blades giving her own mainline game as well. Getting to explore the Soul Dimension. Getting to see characters we don't normally see in Sonic's adventure. Hello, Lily the Rose. And I'm just killing time till Ozzy comes back.
I am back.
Welcome back.
Hello.
I can hear you.
Alrighty. What else is in store?
Did you want to answer who you think was the most underrated character? Sonic character?
You see, that's a hard one.
Same. I've already
That is
listed
a
two
hard
of
one.
them. I listed two of them so far, the Silver and Blaze. Those two deserve their own mainline game, honestly.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, Silver and Blaze need more attention.
Exactly. Shadow got his own somewhat mainline game, which was mainly in the remake of Sonic Generations. But still, we got to see a little conclusion to his own story arc when it came to Maria and Gerald, let alone Dark and Black Doom himself.
Yeah, those two. I really like Blaze's design. I always have when I was younger.
Honestly, whenever like you've been hearing about her, I didn't know anything about her till I seen some of the stuff about her. Like wondering, wait, who's this character? I see her hanging, like teaming up with Sonic, and I've played Sonic since I was a kid. There's some games I still need to play through to actually really get the gist of like how they came to be and whatnot.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, while we're waiting on another question from the chat, I will ask another one. Actually, one thing that has me wondering, what inspired the name of your studio, Roseland Studios?
Roseland is rose, the rose part, because roses are my favorite flower.
Alright.
And I thought about Hollywood. So the theme of Roseland Studios is like a Hollywood type of thing. I don't know where I got the land part.
It kind of fits, because like, if you just kept it as Rose Studios, it wouldn't really go off the tongue when you think about it. Adding land to it really makes it stand out.
Yeah. It needs to stand out, because if it's just Rose Studios, there's so many Rose Studios.
Exactly.
I need to make mine.
And plus, when you think about it, there is like you can find a land of roses, like out there in the world, so it kind of fits as well.
I gotta stand out, like I said before.
Alright. Are there other names that you had in mind before sticking with the name you have now?
I thought about Rosiewood, like Hollywood, but it didn't seem right to me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would probably be making fun of that. Roseland Studios, Rosiewood Studios, or like Hollywood Studios. Pretty sure that's what people would be saying. So yeah, Roseland Studios sounds a whole lot better. More unique.
At first it was going to be Roseland Production.
Doesn't roll off the tongue on that one, like honestly it doesn't.
You know, who knows, maybe it might change to that. Who knows?
We got plenty of time. While we're waiting on more questions here, is there anything you would like to talk about yourself?
I've been doing this for 5 years, and at first One Heart One Soul kind of failed a couple times. There was a lot of arguing with people, not me, but like the staff, the cast would argue with each other. There was drama. It became an unsafe, problematic area for staff and directors. And it happened for years, and it kept failing because of that. And also because of low motivation. I didn't have anyone to help me. I didn't have anyone to, help me with production. It was a one-person job, basically. The writing, the designing, everything. And I lost motivation, and I almost shut down One Heart One Soul completely.
Oof.
So it was really hard to keep it up.
Hey, at least this time, it's not gonna happen again.
Because now I have a crew. I have a supporting group that I'm grateful for.
Honestly,
What
I'm so
more?
honored to be able to be a part of this, to be able to help bring it to life.
I'm honored to have you on my project. I'm very honored.
Thank you for having me, as well as everyone else on the team. If they were here right now, they'd be shouting out the sky, saying how much fun this will be.
I treat everyone in the studio like a family member.
Yeah.
Because deep down, everyone in Roseland Studios is family. To me. Very special to me.
Alright, well, we're still waiting on a few more questions. I have been seeing, like, there's been one thing, like, a few things I've been wondering about, like, in regards to, seems like you had other projects as well for Roseland Studios. What inspired those ones?
So there is a parody to a childhood doll that I really liked, which is a Lala Lucy's.
I haven't heard that
So,
one in a long time.
yeah, so there's a parody called Loops and Stitches. Uh, there is a little mini stories for One Heart, One Soul. Those two are One Heart, One Soul seasons apart, and One Heart, One Soul Birth of the Murderers, because there's murderers in the show.
Right.
And you're going to see, well, seasons apart is about, it's basically about how Soul entered the forest, the main area of One Heart, One Soul of the whole series, how it came to be.
Okay.
And the Birth of the Murderers is about how, it's a backstory about Nev and G and how their lifestyles were before they became killers.
Alright. Ooh. So Dana asked, what got you to do drawing and art? Like, was there someone that inspired you to be able to draw? Especially for the series itself?
Yeah. What inspired me to draw was when I was in elementary, actually. I started drawing when I was in elementary. I used to made a story about my two stuffed animals being time traveler sisters. And I don't know where I got the inspiration from, but that's when I first started drawing. It was my first ever comic book, and I remember it was a hit in elementary.
Hey, it was your own original story.
Yep. And years later, I just thought about making stories again.
Actually thinking about it, if we were to have a chance to start, like, work on that comic again, would you?
I would.
I know I used to draw when I was a kid. Still technically do, but not in like big ones. I know when I was a kid, I did draw like I was a huge fan of Zoids, like the mechanical and fighting animal robots. I was a big fan of that. Even in like made my first one that I ever drew was like the blue blade liger. Like instead of like drawing like a small like in picture like facing like sideways and whatnot, like to try to draw like the side of it. I went all out and
Yeah.
drew like a big picture of it. Took me about like I would say about 3 to 4 days or even weeks to get it done, and I finally did. I drew it from memory too.
Yeah. Drawing from memory is not too easy for me. I always have to look at the references.
Alright. Because like you feel like you would actually be able to remember to draw this and that, but you end up like when you get to some points to it, you end up forgetting like what was it? What was supposed to be here? What was supposed to be there? That was just hard to remember
Yeah,
those kind of stuff.
sometimes there's like little errors with the character drawings. Like if there's like small features I added to the design, there's times where I'll forget to add those.
You know, back then, before like digital art became a thing, like it was pretty difficult. It's still definitely a thing, but like for anyone else who weren't like professionals and had the equipment and tools to be able to do that, it was difficult because like on digital art, we both know it's a little easy to actually be able to go back to it and fix it. And back when you were a kid,
Hmm.
you wouldn't have that ability to. You would have to erase it and then try to redraw it again.
And the imprint will still be there.
Exactly. That was
It
always
would
the
still.
difficult part.
One Heart, One Soul. My main intention with One Heart, One Soul is to inspire those who are also trying to make a series, because most of the time when I was making One Heart, One Soul, I was told there's too many characters, you can't do it. Your story doesn't make sense. You can't do it. I hear that you can't. And another one was like, you can't because you're young. But I may be young, I can still make an imprint in this gray world that we live in.
And honestly, a lot of artists start off young when they're drawing. Heck, even young artists are able to draw magnificent artwork even at a young age.
My little sister's one.
I even got a friend who's young who can draw beautiful artwork as well. Like, people saying that's just trying to ruin someone's dream of being able to actually get out there. Even when they're drawing amazing artwork, even before getting out there.
Yeah, and I wasn't expecting to like get so much attention after one audition. I saw like the 5 point something K, and I was stunned by the amount of attention I received. They may be views, but people are seeing what I'm doing, and I'm pleased about that. You don't have to like my stuff, but you seeing it already benefits me as it is.
Alright. That gets people hyped and looking forward to it. I know I'm looking forward to it.
I am too.
Honestly, I kind of want to try to draw a little artwork, of like Adio and his friend William. If I had a reference sheet of that, I would actually draw it. If you do have a reference sheet of him.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a little thing with William and Adia.
Nice. Let's see, while we're still waiting on a few more questions here. Yeah, there was some that I had thought of. I was trying to remember some. We already answered about like the other projects you have for Roseland Studios. Actually, I got one. How long do you see yourself doing this?
Until my hands can't work no more.
Yeah, I guess that one was a bit obvious. Actually, here's an more interesting question. How would you feel and react if, like, you had an opportunity to have your story, your series, like, on actual live broadcast?
Oh, it's exciting. I feel like it would be exciting to just get my story out there, because I worked really hard on it. And seeing people interested, wanting to talk about it, it's amazing.
So you'll be going from being on YouTube to being on like actual broadcast studios, like well, maybe not Cartoon Network, but maybe like Prime or like Netflix, either one of them, or even on Hulu.
That would be exciting. That would be exciting because seeing my project on a platform like that would be... I can't describe it, but it's just... It feels like I can feel it on my fingertips.
You feel like you made it out there.
Yeah, it feels like I made it out there. I feel like I'm steps and steps forward than where I was before. I was stuck. And now I'm here. I'm not at my complete goal yet, but I'm getting it. And that is something I can say I'm proud of.
Hey, it'll take time, but It'll be worth it because you'll have everything
Mhm.
set, ready, and ready for everyone to see, especially in regards to the amazing voice work and the artwork.
Fun fact, all my artwork is drawn not with a stylus, but with a finger. I do all
Ooh,
my drawing with a finger.
doing it with a finger is pretty difficult. I should know. Even like when I was first drawing on my phone, I was doing it with my finger, and that was difficult.
Over time, it will get easier. Because I dealt with it, because I didn't have a stylus, so I started using my finger.
The fact that you still do it to this day is amazing.
It's so fun to do, and it helps me. I can't even draw with a stylus. I tried.
Especially if you're using like drawing on like a small device, or depending on what kind of device you use, it'll be pretty difficult.
I use a Samsung tablet.
Ooh. Telesco, they do not have a channel yet. They will be making one soon.
And that channel will provide you with the characters' voices and who their voice actors are.
So make sure you guys look out for it. I will share it around when it's out, so you guys can subscribe to it, as well as subscribe to the many voice actors on there and give them some love.
We're here to support each other as artists, viewer, whatever you do. We're here to support each other because not many people get support from what we do. So it's the right thing to do, support each other no matter who you are, and what you do. You need, just like everyone else, you need support.
Exactly.
Always.
As you all, like everyone has one thing that they want to do. They want to be able to show their work, their stories, everything. We all have one thing in common. We want to show off what we enjoy doing. Whether or not it's artwork, story work, voice work, all of it.
And it's like when I first started One Heart One Soul, I didn't get much attention from it, and I was frustrated
Which is understandable.
because I worked so hard on my story, and no one's listening to me. No one's hearing what I'm displaying to the world. So this year was very different. It got the attention it deserved. And it was such a shock, yet such an honor to have these group of people supporting what I do just because they genuinely like it. It's not because, oh, Ozzy's my friend. No, it's because they actually like what they're seeing, what they're hearing, and what I do. That's my goal. My goal is to inspire others.
And I appreciate all of that. Yeah, that may, like, believe it or not, before even working on YouTube and whatnot, like, I had some ideas, including my own little anime, like, which I've called Journey of the 12 Dragons. I even thought so far, even before even getting season 1 done, I already had season 2 already in my mind. How it'll go, what exactly will happen into it. Even had designs for it already.
Well, whatever you do, just know I have complete support. The way you supported my project is exactly how
You cut out there.
Oh, I said the way you supported my project is exactly how I'm going to be supporting.
And I appreciate it. Honestly, I enjoy helping out many indie developers, especially with the amount of hard work they put into their work. With people like Tween Animation, seeing how much effort they put into their work, as well as James, creator of Toby Jones, as well as yourself, and the amount of hard work you guys put in, the amount of money you put in to what you want to work on, what you want to create, what you want to show to people. Not a lot of people really see that. Honestly, a lot of you guys deserve more, like the amount of attention that you guys normally don't get.
People are focused on the bigger free, and why not focus on the smaller ones?
Exactly.
Smaller ones are trying to get, because I'm one of those smaller creators, and when no one was focusing on me, it was frustrating on my end. And I realized, what if I make a bigger imprint? And I went on X and hosted those auditions. When I saw the amount of attention and support, I felt like I was already up there. I felt like I was already one of like the bigger creators, like Glitch, Viv Z-Pop, and the creator of the Lackadaisy. I felt that high up. I may not be there yet, but I'm gonna get there soon.
It takes time, and the amount of effort you put in through your own hard work, as well as with the people you work with, you will get there. We'll make sure of that.
Thank you.
We got another question. This one's from Jared. They asked, Roseland, what got you into the Sonic franchise?
Oh! Oh! Dude, I was like, what? 9? Alright, let's get a little personal. When I was younger, I saw Shadow the Hedgehog and I was like, whoa. He was like, young me was like,
he kinda cute.
I was just like, oh. You know that Joker Face the Lake Joker?
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, that's how I looked when I first saw Shadow. I was like, oh. And then when I was younger, my dad was always like, who are you talking to? I said, my imaginary boyfriend, Shadow. I used to be so obsessed with Shadow. I don't know what was with me in Shadow. I still have hyperfixations. Like, when people draw Shadow, like, when I first saw Shadow again, I was like, oh, okay. So this is what we're doing. Okay. I remember one of my favorite things with Sonic was the Sonic Zombie Apocalypse adventure things.
You're talking about Bellina Productions, Sonic Zombies.
Yeah. And it was one of my favorite things to watch when I was there. So yeah, that's my... Sorry about that.
Holy heck, your pizza. Those videos were so funny. I still love the Sonic and Christmas with Sonic videos. Sucked up and he won't ever work on those again, but hey, we can still watch all of them.
I think I rewatched them like 2 weeks ago. one of my favorite things to watch too.
Also, hello, Mystic Wukong. Yeah, let's get some more questions in. Also, question, how long would you want this to go?
Well, how long you'd like? And can I give a shout out? I know he's probably gonna cuss me out for it.
Go ahead.
One of the voice actors that's in here. You know who I'm talking about. You know. The voice actor of Ian, one of the demon characters in One Heart, One Soul, is in here as we speak.
I think I just mentioned his name just 3 seconds ago.
Mystic, hi Pookie.
Hey, Mystic.
Sorry, I just had to call him out. He's been with me since the very beginning of One Heart, One Soul, and I have never been so thankful for anything like that in my whole entire life. Because he not only stood by me when the projects failed, he's still here even though I made mistakes.
Now that's a true friend right there. Alright, Mystic asks thoughts on Hatsune Miku being in Sonic Racers.
He's a real... I put Damien in the Hatsune Miku outfit. It's such a beautiful photo.
Oh my god. I will say, I love the outfit that they made for Hatsune Miku. And that's something more original than any of their usual outfits. Even the Sonic costume that they had her wearing. When you think about it, that's actually the second outfit and custom-made outfit that Sega themselves made for Hatsune Miku, aside from the collaboration, the one with her wearing Sonic's, like, the Sonic outfit on her.
Mm-hmm.
I think you technically already answered. No, wait, we answered the underrated character, but who is your? Actually, technically, you did already answer that too. You like Shadow. You like Shadow.
Listen. When I saw him in Sonic 3. All right, let me shut up. Let me be quiet, guys. Listen, y'all don't need to know that side of me. There's gonna be memes. Roseland Studios sent for Shadow the Hedgehog. Isn't that crazy?
Pretty sure a lot of people probably will end up doing it. Anyways.
Listen, I just 9-year-old me just wanted an edgy hedgehog man. All right. Just wanted someone.
Ooh. Alright, from Sega Sonic F, who's your favorite Sonic villain or hero?
Shoot. I'm not gonna lie. The moon meme with the Dr. Robot.
Oh my god. I'm freaking...
Ever since he's been... How you like that, Obama?
Oh my god, you just literally referenced freaking Snap Cutes pissing on the moon. Technically, Mystic, there is actually a remake that even Sega themselves actually approved on, because they actually like the people who made the recompiled Unleashed, which is technically went from being a mod to an actual remake of Sonic Unleashed, an HD version of it. So technically, we kinda already have one.
Oh, nothing. When I saw that Shadow had a motorcycle, 9-year-old me was ascending. I kind of just, yeah, I was down bad. We're not gonna talk about it now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if we keep this up, a lot of people will be
People are gonna call me. It's not my fault that Sega decided to design him. Okay.
Oh my god. Let's keep these questions going, and how about we end it off here at once it hits the 1 hour mark on here.
Okay.
Alright, is there anything else you want to talk about? Even like promoting, something you want to promote about it?
I think I got my 50 cent out. I think I said what I needed to say.
Yep.
Like I said, I am here to make this gray world colorful. Not once again. It was never colorful, but for once. I'm not even gonna commit, like, we're gonna make America great again. No.
Let's not talk about that part.
I mean, like, let's make it colorful for once. People have trouble using wording.
You're not wrong about that, even I do. There are times when I need to fix my own grammar.
Yeah, people have trouble with wording. That's what I meant. I'm not here to be political. I mean, wording is very important. Like, using but in a sentence means you're taking something away. Instead of saying, I like it, but I like it, however, it's just a better wording. That's my 50 cents. Anyway. That's our fight for Roseland Studios.
You guys have any more questions for them in regards to the series itself, make sure you guys let us know. Like I said, we'll be ending it off at once it hits the 1 hour mark. Correctly, somewhat answered some of the questions, asked some of the questions, and I don't want to be going into spoiler territory. Because even I, as someone who is a part of it, there's some things I want to find out myself before, like, without having to be told about it. Ooh.
Yeah. If you do have any questions, you can contact my X account.
Right. And Mystic did ask, will it ever be animated in the future?
I don't know why he asking, because he already knows.
I guess he just wants to ask. I guess he wants to ask it for those who may have that question later on.
He's just making sure. It will be animated when I learn how to animate, but for now, it's an animatic.
Hey, animatics are still good as well. I have a few friends who do animatic and stuff as well.
It's gonna be my first ever animatic, too.
Yeah, as long as you give it your all and have fun with it, you're good?
Baby.
You're good?
Sorry, maybe. Yeah, my dog.
Ah. Oh, what kind of dog do you have?
We don't know. He's just a small boy.
I got a little Shih Tzu over here at my home. All cute and fluffy. It could be possibly that that's what the brand and what kind of species it is, especially if it's small.
There's so much stuff on this thing. Anyway, if you do have any questions, please let me know through my X account.
Their X account
And
as well as their Instagram account is in the description below. Make sure you guys give them a follow.
Yes, please.
That way you can keep up to date with some of the stuff that they may show for the series itself. As long as Twitter doesn't decide to suspend that one.
Oh my god, please, listen. I might crash out. Anyway.
I don't blame you.
It's like the third time. Well, no, it's the second time, but anyway. If that does happen, I have backup. I have backup on backup on backup. Like,
I thought you had to make a backup every time.
I do. But you know what? That's X. And
Yeah, that's
it's okay. I have
Hello, Ultramatrix Zero Multiverse. Man, that's a mouthful. Hey, Malachi.
Man, that's a mouthful.
If there's no more questions, especially in regards to like the stuff. But again, you guys, if you do have any questions to ask out here, you can ask them on their Twitter page or their Instagram. Especially if you want to know some more details on the project.
And if you really want to help me out, spread the word.
Yeah.
Spread the word. That's all I ask. You don't even have to give me money. I don't want your money. I want you to spread the word.
Help this series become a big hit. Just like every other indie development series out there. Give this series some love.
I am no different compared to all the other indie animators.
Because you all have one thing in common that you want to do. Show off your amazing work and make people happy watching it.
Yep. And that's what I'm going to keep on doing, inspiring.
Mystic says, hope to see One Heart, One Soul, the movie being on theaters.
No, please, no. If I die and someone goes One Heart, One Soul remake, I'm coming back to life. I'm going to be like, no.
You'll be crushing
Leave
out
it
on them.
alone.
You'll be crushing out on them.
Leave it alone. If I'm dead, just put the project
Dude, this is an
down.
interesting question. This is a good question for Mystic. They ask, if it gets big enough, will there be merchandise like shirts and figures and stuff?
Oh my god, yes. I already have thoughts. I can't spoil them though, but yes.
Hey, with the amount of art style you're able to do, you could start off with freaking... Well, technically, you can still make, kind of get a head start on merchandise for it, but I'm pretty sure you would want to wait till after you get, big enough for it.
Yeah, so I could actually get money for it.
Because you have the artistic skills to make designs for merchandise itself.
Why, thank you. Thank you very
Anyways, since there's not much questions anymore, and again, I've already asked all my questions, that's not going into spoiler territory, even as one of the VAs. Yeah, we'll probably end it off here. I hope you enjoyed actually being able to talk about yourself.
Thank you
Is
for
there-
having me here.
No problem. Is there one last thing you'd like to say? Especially if you want to give people a little update on something?
One Heart, One Soul is going to be on YouTube streaming on December 2027.
Make sure you mark your calendars, even if it is 2 years from now. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I am currently working on the next one. Hopefully a few of them. I hope you guys will look forward to that. And again, make sure you guys give Ozzy's Twitter page a follow for Roseland Studios. And make sure to look out for more stuff from it. Any last words? Aside from the
The curtain dropping. I'm running away now. Ta-ta-ta.
We'll see you guys next time. Later.
much. Bye.